playing on the road, but they are the home team. And the first pitch to Vince. That one really likely to swing at that first pitch. He decides to swing at that one, and then doesn't swing at that one. And here's the 0-2 to Vince. Regular everyday lineup for the Eagles would be White, MVP, fire that one back in. Michelle takes his time out of the batter's box. If you're side in this game. Will Gibbler, honorable mention, All-State Conference. Sometimes that's all you need is 1-2 Michelle. He kicks, steals, and fires.
Number 3,
So far, all 5 of them out. Like I mentioned, this is definitely going to be a really good pitching field here. Wildcats with a 3 seed in their district. 12 to 3. Able to beat, as I mentioned, the Spring South. Taking his time, he was telling them they get it on as fast as the Eagles were off the field. They're hoping to keep the Wildcats. Field just a little bit longer here. The 2-1 to Cloud is going to be fouled off.
go. Jackson Gamble back on the mound for the Eagles, trailing 1-0 here as that pitch is going to be inside for a strike. He's going to be inside for a strike. Well, apparently it's still not working as that pitch is fouled off. It's working right. One ball and one strike to Peyton Mitchell, the catcher. Wildcats with the 2-run home run. Now lead 3-0 as that That one was going to hit us.
All I heard was heads up, heads up, heads up. I wasn't paying attention to that.
And that one is going to be caught by the center fielder. So Mitchell flies out. Third baseman, and the first pitch to Colin Ustry. And that one's fouled back right in front of us. Oh no, as that one's just a bit high, so 3-1 now. If you're wanting to give Wyatt Vincent a chance here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, this is the only way you can do it. 2 outs here in the inning, and the 3-1 to Ustry is going to fall in for a strike. 3-2 now with 2 outs. Don't know how much of any of you are really hearing, but I'm just going to keep track of the scoreboard. That's what I'm going to be responsible for. And the 3-2 to Colin Ustery is going to be outside, so the Eagles will have themselves a base runner here. So Wyatt Vincent will come up. 2 outs in the top of the third.
Center fielder, number 7, Wyatt Vincent.
Logan Hughes telling them to attack. So Vincent gets ready. And the first pitch to him is going to be upstairs for a ball. So Wyatt Vincent now. Check swing, and they're going to say he did not go around. So 2-0 count. Have you gotten anything from Burns?
You're good, 20, let's go.
No. All right.
Go hit.
Well, 137 here. Wyatt Vincent has a 2-0 count with 2 outs. Colin Ustery at first base. Bottom of third as that one's lined straight to the second baseman. And that will retire the side for the Eagles. So they strand 1. We head to the top of the fourth. 3-0 here from Blue Springs. All right, hopefully we're back online here. Top of the fourth inning. It's been a fast one here from both sides, and really one of the biggest damages was the 2-run home run by Lincoln Stevenson in that third inning. Not sure if any of you all heard that. So the Wildcats have a 3-0 lead here in the fourth. They are the home team. If you're just joining us, the Wildcats, though they're the home team, are playing on road just based off of records. It kind of makes me wonder why they didn't have to travel to Nixa, but nevertheless, it's a 1-0, and that one's outside. Drew McConnell, the batter here, walked.
It all focuses on district champions. So last year was an even year, so District 6 champion got to host it. This year, District 5 gets to host it because it's an odd year.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Ed.
Yes.
So the 2-0 is swung on in this for a strike. Bullpens are kind of tiny, but it looks like they've got a few guys kind of just moving around in there. As that one's going to be swung on and missed, so Colin Kelly on the mound. Kelly on the mound here to start this fourth inning, and so the 2-2 now. He pops that one up. And that's going to be an out. Look at that. The sun definitely keeps them a little bit closer. So the left fielder, Ryland Michelle, makes the play. So it'll be 1 out.
Well, would say 0 on the scoreboard here for the Wildcats is a necessity here for the Eagles because they've already given up the most runs they need. They want to give up, and Eagles.
First pitch he sees to fly out to Wyatt Vincent, so the 9-hitter, Alec Biermeyer, now at the plate. Got out on the fielder's choice that was out. Home plate that kept it a 1-0 game. Strikeout in each inning. Only problem was just the walks. He walked 2 guys, gave up 4 hits, as that one's going to be swung on and miss to make it a 2.
Because we're not hitting, you know.
And we just cut off. Off again. Woohoo! Our audio syncrasy is great here. So the 2-2 is
Called strike.
nope, not called strike. Fastballs there, but not curves, as the 3-2 is going to be just a bit low for a walk.
Leadoff hitter number 5, Gabe Rogers.
Two outs. So far, Eagles have only been limited to the 1 hit. That was the Jack Edwards long fly ball to right field that ended up only being a single. Three. Part of the 2 strikeout inning and 1-2-3. As that first pitch falls in for a strike. Colt Gibbler, the picture here. And Aiden, you've only been here for like an hour and a half, and you must be tired of it already, as that one's going to drop in off the Turf.
Yeah, that's going to be a very tired 24 hours for me. I drove up here, then we're going to drive back, and then 2 a.m. I drive to
Chaos for us.
Who does that hurt more, the pitcher or the batter, you think?
I don't know, but I feel like that'd probably be a tempo thing for a pitcher. As after
Get it in check at the top of the 5th inning.
yeah, and that might work out in our favor here. So it's the rally car. Here we go. First pitch is going to fall in for a strike. The Eagles on their walk over here. It looks like somebody's going to try to figure out what car it is to start yelling and screaming, a blue Kia. Do you have a blue Kia? Something like that. It's Rylan Michelle at first, and that'll quickly make it an 0-2 count with a swing and a miss by Caden Cloud.
Maybe the car's just really happy and is cheering on everyone. Carlos baseball.
And here we go now. Gilbert looking at first base, now stares even more and steps off. I wouldn't expect...
I think he's stalling just to make sure.
I wouldn't expect Rylan Michelle go, but this might just be a stalling of the car horn. It looks like it goes off. So it'll be a 2-2. Someone figured that out pretty quickly. I think as an umpire, you would probably be like, all right, it's kind of a bit distracting. Let's figure that out. But Michelle brought himself on the walk, and now the 1-2 is going to be ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman fires that one in. It'll be 5-4. They do not get the out at first, though. So it'll be a 5-4 put out there.
Eagles catcher number 17, Jack Edwards.
Jack Edwards, only person to get a hit here for the Eagles so far. So looking to do something similar. It would have been a double, but turned it to a single after he tripped falling over first base.
Yeah, and you think about that, like turf that you're not really all that used to. That can be a really big problem as you're rounding the bases. So now the first pitch to Edwards is going to be falling in off the top part of the zone for a strike. The Eagles are going to have to get something on the board here in the next few innings if they even want a hint of a chance here. Down 3-0. Pitch to Edwards. He was strike, but it pops out of his glove. And so now Edwards is now down on an 0-2 count. Seems like there's a lot of frustration on these Eagles' faces so far in this one. Seems like after every little thing, it's kind of been causing some problems here. Reese Durberger. I keep yawning. It's been such a long and awful little bit here. And the 1-2 is going to pop, and they're going to send Michelle, and the ball goes way over his head, but center fielder, is able to back that one up. Seemed like that one was coming pretty soon. So the pass ball allows Rylan Michelle to advance to second base, put the Eagles in the situation to score a run. That's their first opportunity here through 3. So now here in the 4th, Edwards has a chance to bring in a run here. Edwards gets set for the 1-2. Gibler checking back on the runner at second base, and that one is inside to even the count. I know I keep thinking this, but Cole Gibler reminds me of the Giblers from Full House. It's a sitcom based in San Francisco. My sister loved that show. We have a box DVD. But Kimmy Gibler, as the 2-2 is going to be lined over the shortstop's head. That's going to score Rylan Michelle. That one goes all the way to the wall. Jack Edwards is going to stop it first once again. It was kind of a tough play as the ball goes way past the pitcher, but Jack Edwards brings in the RBI single he needs, and the Eagles get on the board here with their second hit of the day, and the second one from Jack Edwards. Really nice quality piece of hitting there. Hit it in between the hole of the left fielder and the center fielder. As they're going to bring in Josiah Jenkins once again here. What do you think that says about Jack Edwards' approach here in this one with 2 hits representing all the hits so far for the Eagles?
He doesn't want his junior season to end today. That's what I see in his eyes. He does not want his junior season to end. Still frustration on those bad calls. He puts that on the bat.
And that one is going to drop through. It drops off the shortstop's glove, and the Eagles, lots of excitement here now. Everyone's going to be safe, and it was going to be tough to get Josiah Jenkins out on that play either. So it might have just been a good idea to keep that ball in front of him, but instead of keeping it in front of him, he moved it to his left, and that kind of eliminated any chance of getting Reese out at first base. And they're going to call that one a hit as well. So back-to-back hits here bring up the first baseman, Tanner Grant, who's looking to not ground into a double play here with the tying run at first base.
And the Eagles fan base starting to come alive here. Like I said, that 0 at the top of this inning was very needed, and that's exactly what Colin Kelly did. And that's why I said it opens up a door for the Eagles offense to get back in the game.
So that one's going to be swung on and missed for a strike, and maybe that car did bring almost a rally. I don't even really want to say it at this point, but the rally car's certainly working here. As we're getting the go-ahead. It's solid now, so we've got ourselves some good audio here for this inning. As here it comes. That one's going to be a ball as well. Eagles now trail 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm sorry I haven't had the chance to update this scoreboard without Chromebooks. I'm graduated, so they don't give me
I don't have one either.
And you don't have one either. School's out for everybody except the Eagles representing Nixa here. So now the 1-1 to Tanner Grant. He gets ready and swings, and that one's going to be a shallow. Center field just didn't get right where he wanted it to. Curious if they'd send Josiah or not. They decide not to. So it'll be a fly out to the center fielder. And so now Mason Eagleberger will come up.
Winner of this game is guaranteed 2 more games this season. Even if they lose their next game, they'll go to the 3rd place game. Since there's a spot in the Final 4 lined up here. So each team trying to guarantee 2 more games in their season here in the quarterfinals.
Eagles, as we mentioned, haven't been to a Final 4 since 1974. As the first pitch to Eagleberger falls in for a strike.
It's kind of a weird stat to think about, considering how good this baseball program has been for the past 2 decades. This baseball program has been insanely good, so you just can't get over the hump of quarterfinals, and this is what the Eagles are seeking to do today.
That one falls in for a ball. And one of the things, too, you think about a familiarity of a program. The Eagles have only played the Wildcats one other time, and that was 10 years ago in a regular season matchup. So neither one of these teams are all that familiar with another, as the 1-1 is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. And I was asking some people last night, how much scouting they really do on these teams that they don't really know a whole lot about. And really, it all just comes down to Coach Hughes calling some coaches from around the area and saying, hey, what do you see from these teams? What are some guys? And, thinking about it, they don't necessarily spend a whole lot of time individually like you'd think here. As the 1-2 is going to be called strike 3. Eagleberger didn't like that one on the inside corner. Eagles strain 2, but they get themselves a run. They cut the lead down to 2 as the Wildcats still hold a 3-1 lead after 4. All right, top of the 5th, here we go.
Second baseman, number 2.
Second baseman Gavin Smith now at the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game with a fly out and a strikeout. Has not had the chance to go up against Colin Kelly, though. So that first pitch is fouled back. And that's been one of the things for Colin Kelly all year, is getting that first pitch strike. Obviously, it seems like such a long time ago, but the no-hitter against Rockhurst is one of the big examples of that. So Kelly gets ready for the 0-2 and grounds that one. Takes a weird hop over first base. He's going to run it in himself.
You see a ground out, something we talked about all season. He's not a pitcher you're going to see strike out everyone. He's a pitcher that you're going to see put the ball into play. He likes to put the ball into play. Let his amazing Nixa Eagles defense do the work for him. So that's what you want in a pitcher, not worried about the stat line, not worried about strikeouts. He's always worried about his winning and doing all it takes to do that.
Yeah, and some guys just don't have that filthy stuff that, you know, that creates swings and misses, as he gets the strike call there on the inside corner. So Kelly once again getting himself the first pitch strike as he gets ready for the 0-1, and he pops that one up into foul territory, but it's going to get out of play. So Cole Gibbler, the pitcher, is now down into a hole, 0-2. As we were mentioning, they have the Wildcats. They do have some banners up there. Looks like they won state in 1999 and 2007. As the 0-2 is going to be outside for a ball.
I was born in 2007.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they won state when I was born. Ridiculous.
And that one's going to be sent straight away center. Wyatt Vincent doesn't have to take a whole lot of steps to get into that one. And so Gibbler flies out.
If I'm Gibbler, I want that pitch back, a hanging curveball, just sent mid center field, but hanging curveball, if you give me that over the show, that's going 500 feet at least.
And one of the big differences here is Lincoln Stevenson comes back up to the plate. They go on inside with him. They're not going to give him anything. He sent one deep to right field, opposite way, with the home run that really, so far, is the difference maker with the Wildcats up by 2. As the 1-0 to Stevenson is inside, but they get themselves the strike there. Some fans didn't like that here. We're kind of huddled around a bunch of Blue Springs fans, as that one's going to be swung on and missed for a strike. Kelly just trying to get 1-2-3, which would be the first time the Eagles have been able to do that since the first inning. As here's the 0-2 from Kelly to swing on and miss. He gets Stevenson to swing on some outside of the zone. They go inside, inside, outside, and they're able to get Stevenson to strike out. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Eagles are going to need a few more. They trail 3-1. Bottom half here of the 5th inning. Tricked me up 2, even 4.5 innings into this one. Eagles on the road, but on the home team because of the district even odd years. And so Broden Mabe coming up here out of the 8th spot. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Eagles. And the first pitch to Mabe is going to be inside for a ball. Pops over the catcher. He waits for the new ball, and he gets it. For Gibbler, I'm curious how far he wants to go in this one if he hits runners on base here. The Eagles have been able to attack early in counts, as that one's low as well. But they've also been able to be very passive in what they swing at, and that's caused quite a lot of swinging called strikes here. Of the several strikeouts they've had, 3 or 4 of them have been called. Mabe not in a situation here on the 2-0, and that one's high for 3-0. So Mabe watched 2 inside pitches go and then had an outside pitch go a bit ahead of him. So now Gibler's behind in the count 3-0 now. Needs to fire a strike here, and that one is just a bit in that top part of the strike zone for a strike, so keeps the at-bat going here. It'll be Mabe, Ussery, and White Vincent at the plate as that one's fouled back. So after a 3-0 count, now Mabe is faced with a 3-2.
So 3-2 pitch here is going to be Gibler's 70th pitch of the game.
Come on, Cole, one more.
Nice. As the 3-2 is going to be called strike 3. Mabe knew it as soon as he did it. As that one falled into that zone, the curveball, the bit of a slider there gets him to go and start racking up strikeouts. 2 in the first, 1 in that second inning, 1 in the third. So that's his 6th strikeout of the game, and that kind of electric ability with 4 of them being called looking as that one is quickly swung on and missed. So Ussery down an 0-2 count. He walked his first time up in the 3rd inning, takes a deep breath now. Gibler was almost ready to throw that ball before Ussery stepped in, and now he's got the 0-2 and check swing, and he definitely went away. And so now, it'll be an 0-2. So back-to-back strikeouts. White Vincent trying to keep this inning alive. The Eagles are going to have to do something here in the next few innings, and right now that home run really being costly here. Lincoln Stevenson, the center fielder, was able to put one over. And the first pitch to Vincent's high, and you got to think the Eagles are really hoping for something here. First 3 pitches of this inning were balls, trying to keep him off his game, but just have been not able to get anything going. So the 1-0 now to Wyatt is going to be just low. So it'll be a 2-0 count. For Vincent, obviously you're wanting to do a lot of damage, but just trying to get on base. That's the concern right now, as Wyatt will foul that one off. It was just a bit outside. Vincent looked at that one and kind of laughed to himself, realizing that he missed a nice opportunity there to pull it. It'll be a foul ball. Vincent getting set, and the 2-1 is going to be swung on. A very long foul ball.
Missouri State commit showing his power off just a little bit early on that one. Sends it really far, but just really, really foul.
So now the 2-2 now is Gibler was in his windup, and he gets ready in his windup again. So that tempo being a big thing as he check swings and misses. And now that goes thing. So Gibler strikes out the side. And we head to the top of the 6th. The Eagles still trail the Wildcats 3-1. Colin Kelly back on the mound for the Eagles, top of the 6th inning here. As he fouls that one back. That one, I have no idea where that one went, but it went over our heads. I didn't even see it go over our heads. Most of the people around us didn't see it go over our heads either. So now Peyton Mitchell gets himself the 0-1 and watches that one fall in for a ball. So Nixa fans didn't like that call, as the 1-2 is And they're really, after giving them the outside corner quite a lot earlier in this game, they are not giving much of that outside corner now, and especially to these righties. So the 2-1 is going to be inside for a strike. So his zone's moved a little bit, and when you talk about consistency for umpiring, what you want consistency. So he gets ready now. The 3-2 is going to be swung on and popped up behind our heads down the right field side. Nice little catch there by somebody, I'm assuming. So Peyton so far 1 for 2 in the game, had a single in that second, flew out in the 4th inning after the home run. So they're going to give Ethan Taylor, Jack Edwards a new ball. I don't know why Ethan Taylor all of a sudden coming to my mind here, but maybe it's because he might be warming up over there. They've got a few pitchers warming up. Kelly's done a good job at eliminating any hits. He's gone 2 innings, and the only base runner came in on a walk, so that one's outside for the 3-2. Kelly gets set, he kicks, fires. That was line, nearly hits Kelly. He's got to dive for that one, but lined it straight to center field, and that one's going to be a leadoff single now for Peyton Mitchell. Good.
And Kelly's a little shaken after that. He kind of, after that ball pass, he got back up and go. Yeah, because that is very scary for a pitcher, and he dropped immediately.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you can really do in those situations, but so now Aiden Newegg, first baseman, struck out and fell off. They're going to bunt, and he puts down a really nice one to advance the runner. They do get the out at first base as Colin Essery was covering there off the bunt. So the fielder's choice advances the runner, but keeps another runner in scoring position for the Wildcats, and they haven't really had a whole lot of that. But it's just been kind of a tough game for both sides. And when you talk about runners in scoring position, the difference obviously was that walk to Cole Gibbler. Lincoln Stevenson brought in the 2-run home run in the top of the 3rd, but Eagles were able to get one in the bottom of the 4th. So our score stands 3-1 here in the top of the 6th. Eagles are going to need to get some things going, but one of the big things is just putting zeros on the board. So 1 out. Peyton Mitchell.
Wait, I thought it was 2 outs. Are we sure it's not 2?
I have Peyton Mitchell leading off. He got himself a single, and then Newegg brought him over on the sac bunt. And now Drew McConnell up at the plate. Walked his first time in the 2nd inning and flew out in the 4th. Runner on second. And that pitch falls in for a strike, so it'll be a 2-1 count. So the 2-1 is outside for a ball. Kelly kind of losing a little bit of that charm. We've seen him through the first 2 innings here, but maybe this might be just a situation of where it's all right if you walk him, but you don't want to bring up Carson Bushman with a chance. He got the Wildcats on the board in that 2nd inning with that RBI single. And so the 3-1 is going to be inside for a ball, so that'll walk Drew McConnell, and in comes Carson Bushman, the left fielder. As he's 1 for 2, and Edwards is going to meet up with Colin Kelly. They're probably going to tell him something here. Bushman has only had the 1 opportunity against Colin Kelly. That was a first pitch fly out to be that 2nd out of the 4th inning as they now the whole infield walks in. Hughes is going to be walking up there as well, and they're going to have themselves a talk. Looks like there is somebody warming up over that bullpen. It's kind of a weird setup here, so we aren't quite sure who that is over on the visiting side. And Aiden, what's something that you might see here the Eagles attack here with runners at first and second base?
He's gonna tell Colin to put the ball in play. Hopefully a ground ball would be perfect, because this defense is really good about turning little plays. But if Colin Kelly could put the ball low and away, give him the rollover, and get a double play game around this inning, head him to the bottom of the 6th, that would be great for this Eagles offense and defense.
Yeah, something I would probably keep in mind, though, is you know, a fly ball isn't going to hurt, as that one's quick reaction. That guy had no movement. That ball was fouled right in front of his face. No movement, so good job. I think his head's on camera, so you saw that. That definitely scared me a little bit. So the 0-1 now to Carson Bushman. Is that one's going to be ground ball?
Like I said, here it is.
It'll be 6-4, and not in time for 3. As he's gonna argue that he slid into him at second base. Ussery talking to the umpire, believing something happened. They're gonna look over. He thinks, you know, in that kind of instance, looked like that runner kind of tried to just do as much as he could to make it. The throw was a bit wild, so he made contact, but it'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Look, we didn't get a Jose Bautista moment right there.
Yeah, Jose Bautista and Rugnet Odor. It was after Bautista bat flipped on them in the 2015 ALDS. That year the Royals won the World Series eventually, but Rugnet Odor just socked him right in the face, as that one is a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder Rylan Michelle is under it, and the Wildcats train 2. It's their 3rd frame in a row of no runs. Colin Kelly's done a nice job at avoiding it. The Eagles are going to have to do something with their last 2, though. They trail 3-1. All right, Rylan Michelle coming up here. So 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout and a walk in that 4th inning. That was the run that scored in that 4th inning. They're hoping to replicate a lot of that success that they had. And Eden was mentioning in the break, it's the 3rd time through the order, as that one's low for a ball. And you were mentioning he's plus 75 pitches at this point, and you have to wonder how long Cole Gibbler is going to be out there for, but they're hoping he can be out there as long as he wants, as that one is going to be fouled long into the parking lot. So it'll be a 1-1 count.
So putting Rylan Michelle and Kaden Clyde on will be crucial here, considering you have Jack Edwards. He's 2 for 2 on the day. He's sitting at the, what do you call it?
The cleanup spot.
Cleanup spot.
Or in the hole. He's in the hole.
Yeah, he's on the hole, waiting to be put on deck. So if they can get Michelle and Clyde on, it'll be a big thing.
As that one's going to be fouled off as well. Very similar pitch location and very similar result.
Did hit a car.
As the oohs and ahs of the crowd, as Aiden mentioned, they hit a car. So hopefully not too bad, as that one is going to be lined into the gap. That one is going to drop right in front of the wall, and that one's going to drop over for a ground rule double. Nice job there, putting it in between the center fielder and the right fielder, Alec Biermeyer in right, Lincoln Stevenson in center, and just right off the bat, you knew that's exactly where he wanted to put that ball. And it's a leadoff ground rule double for Rylan Michelle, putting yet another runner in scoring position and bringing the tying runner to the plate.
And if you're a Wildcat fan, you're happy that ball went over, because if that ball went over, I guarantee that's a triple for Rylan Michelle.
Yeah, and it's a pretty short wall in terms of what you see in a lot of different parks. Obviously, next week, the winner of this game will play in a U.S. ballpark, and that's probably about the tallest wall I think any of these kids have been playing on. As the first one to Cloud is going to be a ground ball. They're going to fire to third, and he's going to be safe. So everyone's going to be safe on that play. Everybody's okay. timeout by the umpire. It's a fielder's choice.
That's just a bad decision right there by the shortstop.
Yeah.
Get the easy out at 1. You're down. You're up 2. Now you just put the winning run at the plate. Who's 2 for 2 on the day. That's just a really bad decision. That can come back to bite him later in the game.
And I would say that was very, very, very close. You know, it didn't. I think it caught Rylan Michelle off guard there. Third base coach Alec Nimmo, as they're going to bring in, the umpire is going to come out. Sorry, the manager for Blue Springs is going to come out and talk. The Eagles will talk over on the left side. Runners at the corners here, nobody out, and they're going to take Ho Gibbler out. Gibbler's day is done. He gets a rounding applause here from the Blue Springs faithful that are hoping that this game ends. He ends up with 8 strikeouts on the day, including last inning when he struck out the side. So we'll be back here. Eagles have a chance to rally here. Hopefully another car horn goes off for this new guy coming in. Bottom of the 6th inning, nobody out, and we'll be right back here from Blue Springs, Missouri. Biggest moment of the season so far for the Eagles. Bottom of the 6th inning. Rylan Michelle at third, Caden Cloud at first, and Jack Edwards, who's been the enemy of the Blue Spring Wildcats all day. 2 for 2 with the only RBI of this game. And he's got a chance here to at least get a run in, tie it, or potentially take the lead. He represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Ethan Froud, the new pitcher here, number 10 for the Wildcats. He's a senior, trying to extend his Wildcats season. They've had a dream season so far, 24-14 on the year with the 3rd seed in their district tournament. And we're able to win the district as the first pitch to Edwards is high for a ball.
One thing I saw is that his fastball does not have much movement at all. So once you get the bat on it, that ball can fly. So a lot of speed, but just no movement. So that could be a bad factor.
Here it comes. The 1-0 is high. Like you said, no movement. If he tries to pinpoint it the way he wants to. And here with Reese Sternberger, the right fielder, on deck, who also has himself a single on the day. As Froud gets ready for the 0-2, and that one's high as well. Excuse me, I meant 2-0, but now it's 3-0 here. What were we going to say, Aiden?
I'll just say this 4 and 5 position has been really lethal all year, and you're seeing that in this game. They've got this team where they're at right now. What I mean by they got the run on the board, so.
And the 3-0 is going to be a called strike. Didn't get the green light there. I was kind of curious if they would. Obviously, a long fly ball probably scores Rylan Michelle from third. So now they get themselves a chance here. Edwards wags the back, and the 3-1 is going to fall in for a strike as well. Edwards felt like he needed to swing at that and kind of just hit his head there. So Fragg's done a nice job now behind 3-0 and has had back-to-back called strikes. Now he gets set for the 3-2 to Jack Edwards. And it's high ball 4, nearly hits Edwards, but that'll walk, the bases loaded. And so now Reese Dernberger with a chance with the tying run at second base. Go-ahead run, they're gonna bring in, who else?
Josiah Jenkins.
Josiah Jenkins will be coming in now, representing the go-ahead run with the speed. And I know it's crazy, but a line drive is they're already gonna have a manager's visit here. So after the walk, now what do you think the strategy is for Reese Dernberger?
Hit the ball. Maybe a sac fly, but I think in this point of the game, you want to put the ball into play. He's a senior. This could possibly be his last game ever in Nixa uniform. He wants to go out the way he planned to go out, and that is not losing in the quarterfinal. That is winning the state championship. So he eyes that dream with sitting at the home plate, trying to score at least whoever's on second base. That's Caden Cloud, trying to tie the game.
And no home runs on the year officially. He hit a home run in a game. I can't remember who the opponent was. I believe it was Hillcrest. He hit a home run, that's right. He hit a home run against Hillcrest, but it didn't count because they had to cancel that one because of rain. He's hoping to extend a big fly here to at least give the Eagles a lead, as the first pitch he sees is going to drop shortly. That's at least going to score one. So nice job there, putting the ball in play in a spot where, as you know, they get the out, but they advance the go-ahead run to second base, and there's only one out. So the run does score. Dernberger brings in the RBI off the fielder's choice.
You were talking about home runs, about Reese Dernberger. If you want to talk about home runs, the man at the plate is the guy you want to talk about. Leads the team in home runs. That's Tanner Grant. And we say this all the time. This is not the guy you want at the plate when there's runner score position. You don't want anybody on this Eagles offense at the plate. This offense is absolutely incredible. We've seen throughout the year. Let's see what Tanner Grant can do here.
The first one is just fouled back. He's probably going to want that one back. So the Eagles now have a 3-2 game now. Here in the bottom of the sixth, they have a couple outs to work with. So now here we go. Tanner Grant getting set. And the 0-1 is going to be lined. That one is high. That one is far. And that one's going to be off the wall. It's going to drop in. They're going to score one. They're going to send Josiah. The Eagles have taken the lead here in Blue Springs. Tanner Grant with a bases clearing double. And the Eagles strike for 3 in the bottom of the sixth inning. 4 unanswered and take a 4-3 lead.
Beautiful piece of hitting there by Tanner Grant. Put the ball opposite field, over the right fielder's head. Scored 2 on two RBI double. And the Eagles fans are loving it, and the Blue Springs crowd will run on their side. They are dead silent. You can hear a pin drop on their side. Colin Kelly in the dugout, he's getting hyped, and he knows that now he has a chance to put this game away. His Eagles are 3 outs away after this inning ends. Caleb Jones comes in to pinch run here for Tanner Grant. Tanner Grant goes to the dugout, gets a little standing up base from this dugout, throw jumping on top of them, and it's all Eagles momentum now.
As soon as that ball is hit, I was thinking that the right fielder, who was playing just a little bit shallow, Biermeyer, was playing shallow on the Jack Edwards long single earlier in this game. He was just playing a bit shallow, so when that ball hits just right in front of that wall, there's no way he's going to be able to get to that one. As Eagleberger sends a long fly ball, Biermeyer is going to be under it. Curious if they send the runner. They will, so Caleb Jones, the throw will not come in. In fact, it will just a little bit late, so it's going to be a sac fly for Eagleberger. And now a very important insurance run is at third base here. And quickly, how quickly the game can change. Here in the sixth inning, it looks like the Eagles were going to have to come up to bat in the seventh inning. But now with the lead here in the sixth, a little bit of a rally, courtesy of a rally car. He's been able to bring this team in here, as it looks like that's going to be Ethan Froud's day. For the senior, it's going to be tough circumstances. The manager's going to give him the ball, but the Eagles are still cooking here with 2 outs in the inning. They take the lead here in Blue Springs, and we'll be right back. 4-3 now is the Eagles lead. Welcome back, Eagles fans, or just any fans here. We got the Nixa live stream, and then we have the audio-only crowd on the Eagles YouTube channel here. It's been a good one. Broden Mabe is nice up the score to 0 for some absolute dumb reason. The Eagles are up 4-3 here. I have it at 4.
I have to reset it.
I'll just reset it later. So that one's going to be a strike. Did that work? 0-1 count to Broden Mabe. Runner at third base is Caleb Jones. Courtesy runner, as that one's going to be low in for a ball. Looks like the whole scoreboard reset here, but let's see if that worked.
There we go.
There we go. Eagles up 4-3. Now the scoreboard shows that they've scored 3 in the 6th, and that one's going to be a wild pitch. They're going to send Jones, and the Eagles will get that insurance run that they need. I thought it hit Broden Mabe right at first, so I didn't think they'd send the runner, but it just popped out in between. Lots of confusion. Looked like the catcher didn't really understand where that one was at. Peyton Mitchell just kind of had to run back, but by the time he realized it was behind him, it was too late. Eagles will have now a 5-3 lead. And now with nobody on, Broden Mabe will send this one to the shortstop. He'll fire to get the out, but the Eagles put up a big, important 4th spot here in the 6th.
3 outs away.
And they're 3 outs away from the quarterfinals. Since the first time since 1974. We'll be right back for the thrilling confusion of this game. Top of the 7th, Blue Springs, Missouri. Eagles have put up 5 unanswered runs here, especially a crucial 4 in that 6th inning, as Ethan Taylor will be up to face 1, 2, 3 in this Wildcat order. The first pitch he sees is going to be low for a ball. Winner of this game will play the winner of Rockhurst Liberty North. That game going on right now. The first pitch is going to be a high pop fly. Wyatt Vincent is going to be under it, and that's going to be 1 out here for the Wildcats. I wondered if I'd need to bring this thing up here, but I have a list of things that happened in 1974. The Miami Dolphins beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl. That was only the 8th Super Bowl. Just think about as many as they're going on. The Oakland A's beat the Dodgers in 5 games in the World Series. This is the first pitch to the number 2 spot, Gavin Smith. So that one's going to be a ball. Hank Aaron beat Babe Ruth's record of home runs that season, as that one's going to be a strike to even the count. The Watergate scandal, Richard Nixon resigned from president, and then my favorite one is the Cleveland baseball team hosted the 10-cent beer night and had to resign from a game because their fans got too rowdy. And it was one of the only examples in the past 50 years of a team having to resign a baseball game.
My favorite's got to be Watergate.
Watergate. So the 2-1 now is that one's going to be a ground. Not going to be underneath Burden Maeve's glove. And so the Wildcats will get themselves a runner on base. After Rogers flew out, Gavin Smith with a single. And now Cole Gibbler, who right now is on the losing side of this one. He had the inherited runners at the plate. So far, 0 for 2 in the game with a walk and 2 flyouts. Ethan Taylor, normally a starter, coming in here for the 7th to relieve for the Eagles, looking to head to play at least another 2 here. Winner of this game, as I mentioned, Liberty North and Rockhurst. Colin Kelly threw a no-hitter against Rockhurst in a 1-0 win earlier in the year, as that one's going to be a check swing for a strike. 0-2 count now to Cole Gibbler. On deck is Lincoln Stevenson, who has the home run power. He hit a home run earlier in this one. And right now, the go-ahead running is on deck, but Cole Gibbler is going to need on base for any of that to matter. Silence here. Taylor gets the sign in the 0-2. They're going to call time. A couple of these players are going to have to start shaving their heads here. A few of them have already. A few of them said after this game they would, as here comes the 0-2 from Taylor way outside for a ball. Blue Springs trying to create some sort of rally here. Down 2 in the top of the 7th. They have the tying running at the plate with Gavin Smith on deck. And the 1-2 is going to be inside. That one was a little bit inside. These Eagles fans are a bit too a bit feisty, wanting to strike out. So 2-2 count now to Cole Gibbler. That one's going to be outside for a ball. 3-2 count now. You have to wonder, Taylor's not used to being used as a reliever. The last time he was used, it was only 2 innings against Central, and he started Republic game. The championship game, he did start that game because he threw like so little pitches that Hughes decided to start him. As that one is going to be a ground ball, it's going to drop through the hole. They're going to hold both of the runners at first and second. So Cole Gibbler now getting on base, and after the first out of this inning, Rockhurst fans are getting feisty as well. Talk about momentum. The Eagles felt like they had all the momentum. They get 1 out in the inning, back-to-back singles, and now the winning run is at the plate with a 1 out here in the inning in Lincoln Stevenson. He was first team all-conference. So far in the game, he's 2 for 3, as they're going to have an Logan Hughes is going to come out to talk to his pitcher. So they got a little rally chant going on right now. Both sides wanting this more, trying to prove it that they want it more than the other. Most people don't care about the sun. I don't care that I cut my leg earlier and blooded all over the place. Abe doesn't care that it's been a long 24 hours. The Eagles are 1 double play away from ending this game. But for Stevenson, he's 1 big fly away from breaking the hearts of many and resurrecting the hopes of probably hundreds. Ethan Taylor getting ready. This is the biggest moment of his life in terms of athletics so far. And Lincoln Stevenson in his bright neon pink bat, Louisville Slugger, is ready. Gavin Smith at second, Cole Gibbler at first, representing the tying run. Stevenson's first pitch is going to fall in for a strike.
Hey, let's go, Link! I believe in you, kid! Put it out
there. On deck is Peyton Mitchell. He's the catcher, and the runner's going to go. They're going to fire to third, and they got him! They're going to call a balk. He stepped off. They're going to call him a balk. They're going to call a balk on the play. It was a tough. Both runners are going to advance. It looks like they called the balk before he ran. And so the balk now puts runners at second and third, time running advances in scoring position. Here comes the 0-1, is going to be a foul ball. Tying run at second base. So the run at third doesn't necessarily matter in terms of the context of this game. But Taylor's Only cares about that runner behind him at second base. Stevenson on the 0-2. Checks on the runner on third, and the 0-2 pitch is going to be, he's going to, no! He didn't go. And so that'll keep the at-bat alive here for a 1-2 count. The check swing, so it was a really, he was just able to hold back on a pitch that was a little bit high. Taylor gets ready, the 1-2. Gonna be a line, they're gonna make the play at third. They have him in a pickle at third base. That's probably a smart decision as they're gonna keep on going. Runner goes to second though. They'll get the runner out at third. One run will score. However, Stevenson with quick, smart base running is able to get to second base.
Ethan Taylor saying something to the base runner after he was walking off. Didn't seem like it was something nice. That's all I'm gonna say.
The Blue Springs does get a run on that play, and you talked about that's a good way to throw to third base. You keep the tying running at third base. It would have been at third, but now it's at second. So a little bit of help here now for Peyton Mitchell. Tying running at second base. The catcher Mitchell to Ethan Taylor hits him. So now the winning run is at first base for Aiden Newegg, the first baseman. He's 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, a flyout, and a fielder's choice. Either way, one side is going to go home very disappointed. But Ethan Taylor came from Idaho. He's going on a mission trip soon. He's going to try to get his chance here to close this game out. The first pitch to the lefty Newegg. It's going to fall in for a strike. Wildcats trail 5-4. Eagles trying to hold on. They have runners at first and second, however, here in Blue Springs, Missouri. Top of the 7th inning. The 0-1 to Newegg is going to be just outside for a ball.
Very similar to that last pitch, just like 1 inch outside more than another one.
Keep in mind, if this game ties,
Eagles do get the bat.
The Eagles still have a chance to bat here. So the 1-1 from Taylor is going to be outside for a ball. 2-1 count now to Aiden Newegg, the first baseman. He was honorable mention all-conference team. Peyton Mitchell representing the go-ahead run at first. Lincoln Stevenson at second. The 2-1. Going to be fouled off, and the Wildcats are down to their final strike. Eagles trying to advance to the Final Four since the first time since 1974. And for the Wildcats, just trying to keep their season alive. Newegg gets set. Taylor gets the sign. Looks back on the runner. The 2-2. Going to be a ground ball. Ussery, it's off the batter's foot, and the Eagles are going to win. The Nixa Eagles, you have a Final Four. The Eagles, for the first time since 1974, will go to a Final Four, and the Eagles are headed to the state conference final.